can hear people talking.
Hey, listen.
Once again, remembering that I have ears. I spent my entire day off at the Net Cafe. You can play computer games there, so I ended up trying a bunch of different ones.
Seriously?
I knew that they sell computer software there, but I didn't realize you could use them in the private booths too. It's always so packed there though, so I never feel like going. Wait a minute, I didn't like... So I read these sentences, but I did not actually internalize any of what I read. They sell computer software there. I didn't realize you could use them in private booths. You can play computer games there, so I ended up trying to... Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was super crowded yesterday too. It was a miracle I managed to get my own booth. Do you think that they were hanging out at Huddy? Next time I'll just buy the game. It's probably more relaxing to play at home anyways. The first bell. You still have to buy the softwares for the thing? Oh, this guy. Yeah, I know you have to buy them, but they could be cheaper than, like... Because, like, Academics and Courage cost $3,000 at the arcade, and they're also only at certain nights. Which means, like, when we need more Academics, but the arcade place is only giving us, like, Courage or Charm, like, it could be way more useful. I'm Etagawa, and I'll be teaching, let's call it integrative learning. Please tell me this is all voiced. I do not want to have to read this. My goal is to ease some of the stress you suffer as students, of which I assume there's plenty. Think of it as a psychotherapy through magic. Yes, that's right. Quiet down. No talking. Silence, I say. Were you surprised to hear me bring magic up? Okay, so it looks like they're not going to be voicing Etagawa's lectures. I was really hoping that they would, because I remember them being very long-winded and not enjoying reading them. Well, this study was very recently published, so it's not well known just yet. But those who believe I can't read. But those who believe will be saved. In other words, the placebo effect is hard at work. That means believe your studies are paying off, and eventually they will, Alright then, let's get on with our first lecture, the basics of magic. Who can use magic and who cannot? That seems like a reasonable enough starting point. Some of you may think magic lets you do absolutely anything. So I'm gonna say it for anyone who hasn't watched me play the other Persona 3 games. By the way, I pretty much hate Etagawa, more or less. I feel like he's just too long-winded. I know there are some people who are like, oh, I really love his little lectures on magic and all that, but they last so long. So incredibly long. And especially for me as a content creator, like, who likes to read out everything for people who might not be looking, who don't want to read themselves, who want to, like, hear it, basically. Like, I really hate it. It gets really annoying whenever he shows up. Some of you may think magic lets you do absolutely anything. Well, yeah, you know. Pulling pranks, raining vengeance on your enemies. Well, if those are the first wishes that run through your mind when it comes to magic, then I'll tell you now, you'll never master the craft. This is true of both Eastern and Western sorcery. Those with wicked hearts will be either powerless or driven to ruin. There's one more vital facet to learning magic, and that is the master. Practitioners should always aspire to become as knowledgeable as their predecessors, especially if they intend to study high-level magic. Yeah, and then you kill them and get your own apprentice. I watch Star Wars. It's very magical. But without a master's careful instruction, learning the craft becomes wholly impossible. Yeah, your master's gotta shoot you with a lot of lightning. Once you've begun your training, you'll have to live in two worlds at once, the real world and the dark realm. If you ever lose the ability to distinguish between the two, then you'll be headed straight for disaster. Can you shut up? That's what makes the guidance of a master absolutely vital. With all that out of the way, I'll move on to meditation, one of the standards in magical in training. See, like, that should have been the end of this little lecture, but now he's also gonna go into meditation. It's so long. Now I've got some handouts here for you. I'm feeling sleepy. I'm actually so tempted to sleep instead of listen to him talk more, but I'm pretty sure you get knowledge if you stay awake.
Well then.
Well, looks like that's our time. Oh no, it actually ended here. I thought that he went on to meditating here. All right, so this one was actually shorter than I remember. Normally they're like way too long. If you think you might be interested in the practice, try meditating on the course of your day. On the course of your day while lying in bed tonight? Try meditating on the course of your day. Am I having a stroke? In vivid detail, recall each event taking place in reverse, sort of like traveling back through time in your mind. Okay, no, he still talked about meditation a lot. Never mind, he faked this out. He had like 6 more sentences ready to go after he said that's all for today. If you ever reach the point where you can do it flawlessly, you just may have what it takes to become a good magician. All right, that's it for today. But for real or for fake? Are you gaslighting me? I force myself to stay awake. Give me the knowledge. Does anyone else think it's weird that academics is the bottom right orb instead of the top orb? I feel like academics should be the top orb. I'm still a Slifer Slacker, by the way. Class is ended for today. What are the odds? Kenji, or we could hang out with Kaz. We have personas for both of them. It's Thursday, so we can't do Emperor because that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I think Mitsuru said, for student council. So we should just hit up Kaz or Kenji here, honestly. We just did Kaz a little bit ago. It's been a minute since we hung out with Kenji. Let's hang out with Kenji. Arisato is just thinking, I bet Takaba-san has some pretty high standards, huh? You'd probably have to be a real Prince Charming if you want to get her attention. Well, not like it matters to me anyway. I'm not really interested. You talk a lot about Yukari for not being interested in her, bro. By the way, you heading out? I got nothing to do today again. All right, yeah, I got Nekomato. Let's do it. Yeah. Nah, lucky me. Let's go somewhere then. That said, it's got to be you know where. Despite its simple appearance, the soup hasn't... Stop calling ramen soup! You're not technically wrong, but just say the ramen has a complex flavor. I don't even like ramen, but this upsets me.
Man, I'm so sick of this, dude.
What, of life?
Life? Dude, you watch too much reality TV.
How are you gonna say I watch too much reality TV, but I also get 3 notes off of that?
But I guess, yeah, you could say I'm sick of life. I mean, I get up, go to school, sit through lame-ass lectures, eat, watch TV, and go to bed.
Yeah, enjoy it while you can, idiot. I have to pay bills.
Okay, that settles it. I'm gonna get myself a girlfriend. Right now.
If only it were that easy, brother. Good luck, bro.
What a cool thing to say. Soon, I'll have a girlfriend and be just as cool as you.
I don't think that's how that works.
All right, I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on my secret plan. I told you about the teacher, right? I'm gonna ask her out and get her to fall in love with me.
Do they ever say how much older this teacher is than him? Like, Kawakami is in her 20s, right? I think. But what if this chick he's talking about is like 35?
Her name is Miss Kano. You heard of her? She teaches 3rd-year ethics. We get along pretty well.
Oh, this just gets even better. You're trying to hit on an ethics teacher.
She's not mainstream beautiful, but she's really pretty. She's got these cute little eyes, a sexy body. Don't tell anyone about this, okay? You're the only one who knows.
Hearing this in Claude's voice is amazing, dude. As a Three Houses fan, it's just so good. Tomochika told me more about his plans. Stop saying Tomochika instead of Kenji. How fitting is the pic in the background? Oh yeah, I hadn't noticed that, chat. You're not wrong. Rank up. All right, we've already got him to rank 3. This is going pretty smoothly.
Dude, I'm getting so psyched. Let's cook up a plan of attack.
Plan of attack. Ask out older chick. She says, "Are you insane? I'll get fired." End of story.
Oh, it's you. Welcome back.
Oh, you actually said welcome back. I was gonna say it.
Hey there.
I'm sure you're tired of hearing this, but make sure you're fully prepared before going to Tartarus. You never know what'll happen there. There are some aspects to battle that we simply can't manage with an unprepared leader.
That's true.
I'm sure you don't want to put everyone else in danger, so keep that in mind. I just want to remind everyone again, I've said it like 4 times, and we've been playing the game for like 6.5 hours total. I love the speech bubbles letting you know when some nights there's just repeat dialogue. It's such a game changer for me, specifically. Is something the matter?
Salut.
The higher we advance up Tartarus, the stronger our enemies will become. Do you feel that your current equipment is adequate? Honestly, no, but I'm not going to spend money on equipment right now. Yeah, I think so.
I see.
That's good to hear, just don't get careless. You should consider paying Officer Kurosawa a visit when you have the time. I can't afford to use money on anything other than stat ups right now, this early in the game. By the way, when we were fighting in Tartarus, I was thinking, even shadows have stuff they're not good at, like they have weaknesses too. Like how I'm not good at studying, you know? For a sec, I thought they were kind of relatable.
By the way,
I can't believe it's already the last day of April. It was probably one of the hardest months of my life, honestly. I feel the same way about how it's currently February right now. January went by so quick, it feels like. It wasn't one of the hardest months of my life, but it was busy. I hope I can relax a little next month. Girl, you're not gonna get to relax until like April of next year. Bum, bum. Didn't you just go to Officer Kurosawa? Yeah, but I didn't buy anything. I sold a bunch of stuff. What do we got here? Charm? Works for me. Dude, I never get tired of seeing this dating sim. It's Giffany! Oh no! Yo, we finally got to level 2. We're unpolished. Hog champion. All right, got our first level 2 before April ended. Literally buzzer beater. It unfortunately was not academics. Getting closer to that full moon though.
morning.
I thought this was gonna be fully voiced. It's been pretty warm lately, hasn't it? Well, it's already May. Isn't it crazy how fast time flies? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Seriously, and a lot's happened. And I'm sure there's a lot more to come too. Apathy syndrome might not go away anytime soon either. Since we're the only ones who can fight shadows, maybe we should be working harder. Besides, I need to get stronger too. I can't have someone else protecting me all the time.
Hey, did you hear? Sonata-san's getting checked up at the hospital today.
Oh, do we get him back? No. We don't get Akihiko until after the full moon, I'm pretty sure.
He called me earlier and asked me to bring him something. Yep, he knows who to count on.
He only asked you because you don't have anything better to do after school.
Hey, I resent that.
Just kidding. So, what do you want you to bring?
The class roster for 2E.
Class roster? What's he want that for? Well, I don't have practice today, so I guess I'll come along and find out. You're coming too, right?
It sounds like I don't have a choice. This sounds very story related. I'll pass.
Come on now.
Oh, I love the illusion of choice, Atlus.
Must be important if he called us all the way out to the hospital, don't you think?
You asked me, you know.
If it's important, we should all go together, right?
If it's important, he probably would have asked all three of us, don't you think? Yo.
Is Sonata-san?
All right, time to hear Shinji's voice. Here we go.
Huh? In this room, by any chance?
What are all of you doing here?
We came to see you, but you look like you're doing just fine.
That's because I'm just here for a checkup.
We done here, Aki?
Yeah, thanks.
I don't have time for this shit.
So far, feels pretty fitting for Shinji. I think I can get down with this voice.
You're... Never mind.
Who was that?
Not many lines to hear there. It doesn't match his OG voice, but I feel like Shinji's voice is still like fitting for the character. It felt right, kind of, you know? Like it didn't feel off. Akihiko's voice still sounds very off to me. It just is not fitting with his character and what I know about his character, to be honest. Yukari's is also still kind of in that camp for me. It just really doesn't have the same vibe as the original Yukari voice actress, but it's not as bad. I think Akihiko's is still my least favorite new VA thus far. Shinji's seems good. Seems good thus far. Junpei's and Mitsuru's, I think they did really good with. Mitsuru's sounds a lot like her original voice actress, even if it's not Tara Platt, so that works out well. Junpei's does not sound like his original voice, but it still sounds like a fitting voice for Junpei. I don't really know how better to describe it.
A friend from school. Sort of. You know how the number of apathy syndrome cases has been increasing?
You know what, chat? Akihiko's voice does kind of sound like what I would expect Dojima from 4 to sound like. You're not wrong.
Well, he knows a few people who are suffering from it. So, I thought we'd have a little chat. Hey, Junpei, did you bring what I asked?
Of course I did.
Thanks. All right, let's get going.
Should you be moving your arm around so much?
I'm fine. I've wasted enough time already. I need to get back to my training.
By the way, Senpai, why boxing?
You mean, why did I choose the sport? Oh, well, it's not the sport itself I like. I just wanted to learn how to fight with my bare hands. I know what it's like to feel powerless. I don't ever want to feel that way again. Besides, I'm curious to see how strong I can get. It's like a game, only I'm competing against myself.
That's one way of looking at it. But hey, I got you. I'm into games too.
Yeah, video games.
No, but like fighting games.
Yo, Persona 4 Arena enjoyer?
Whatever.
Oh, it's you. Welcome back.
I'm back. Regarding Akihiko's recovery, it seems he'll still need some more time. Well, there's no need to rush things. You've all been working hard. Use the long weekend to rest. That said, there's been an uptick in the number of incidents lately, so don't be careless. Ma'am, yes ma'am. I can't seem to shake this bad feeling I have. Perhaps it's just unnecessary concern on my part. Maybe.
Hey,
Sonata-san's gotta be like a superhuman or something. Didn't a shadow injure him? But he's acting totally normal, like it was no big deal. Normally, people wouldn't be all like, I gotta heal up fast so I can jump back into the fight. He really is a boxing champ. Worlds apart from us ordinary folk, huh?
Yes? What is
Akihiko is still having some tests done. He should be back tomorrow, though.
Hey,
Who was that guy in Sonata-senpai's hospital room? You think it was a friend of his? It seemed like it.
yeah.
I guess he did say he was a friend from school, but I don't think I've seen him at school before, so I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. After like a stream and a half, whose VA do you think is more off-putting, Yukari or Akihiko? I think Akihiko's is the least fitting VA for me right now. To be clear, I don't think that his voice actor is like a bad voice actor. I think he's delivering his lines fine and all that. I just think his voice does not fit the character of Akihiko. And I mean, there's nothing he can really do about that. He just doesn't fit the character, but he still went for the role. I guess he could have not gone for the role, but I mean, like, you know, he's a voice actor. He's trying to make a living. More power to him.